On the streets, on the streets, on the streets, on the streets. You need a beer, buy a who.
From a consumer of Sarkodie's Jamz album, and he pens this one down. His name is Abekwa Tiwa. I don't know if what you've seen it, but me pesa me kan ye wakakra, but me se mo fuma so mfeme. I say putokasem enti baby ameka do no se metiase wo twi mu no metime dia ba. I'm gonna try to hook you up. Now, a TV seminar was a Sarkodie Jamz album, a false reality by a legend. I have listened to Sarkodie's Jamz album for as much as I should, with an open mind and patience as it matters. For the past 5 days, I disregarded every other music album and the number of thousands of hours of playlist on my Apple Music, simply because I dedicated the hours of the 5 days to listen and pay critical attention to the Ghanaian and African foremost rap legends album. My listening plan is always scheduled into 4 phases for a day. Early morning, as I go through my 5:30 to 7 a.m., mid-morning during break from work, 5 p.m. after work, and 10 p.m. when retiring to bed. For a 10-track album, which translates into 35 minutes in total listening session, following my regular routine of listening to music, I've immersed myself more into the album, far more, and can confidently make my personal observation and mini analysis without any undue stunt of criticism. First, out of the 10 songs on the album, there are only 3 really good songs. Countryside featuring Black Sheriff, 1 Million Cities featuring Ink Boy, and Over Me featuring Sinaso. These are fantastic production quality, sweet melodies, engrossing enigmatic lyrics, and particularly with Countryside, that track gives me so much goosebumps every time I listen to it. Jamz is specific in direction as it's meant for a much younger audience. This is noticeable as Sarkodie went all out, featuring some of the most interesting and excellent younger folks on the album. That should instinctively give the listener the direction of the album. There is no suitable way to describe the album with a perceived inclination of being a much younger audience who like to jam to tunes that have danceable flavors and feel as rather failing to achieve that intention. There is no suitable way to describe the album with a perceived inclination of being for a much younger audience who like to jam to tunes that have danceable flavors and feel as rather failing to achieve that intention. Unless you are a newbie to Sarkodie's body of work, you will notice the huge gap of lyrical weakness and spasmodic sound quality dotted through this project. This is straightforwardly the best way to assess Sarkodie as an aging wine that doesn't get or taste better with time, as it should be. For better choice of words, this aging wine is more sour and lesser rich in taste than one would ever imagine of an old wine. There are far less psychological ingredients in the project, such that every point in time you are prompted to ask yourself if a songs of a young artist featuring Sarkodie to get a glimpse of the limelight delicacy. I have always respected Sarkodie, especially as a rapper, and his team for the promotional direction and the sensational commerciality that is usually attached to his project. That is more exceptional brand quality of Sarkodie. Howbeit, in this particular album, that is Kensak and his team, didn't factor in as much attention towards that reality. The fact that they didn't capitalize on that Black Sheriff's feature, inarguably the best Midas touch on the entire album, to make this paraglide soothingly through the promotional slopes, makes me wonder what exactly could have been their ace plan for this project. Much as I always go extreme to listen to Sarkodie's music and rotate it through and throughout for the best of punchlines, creative, metaphorical inclination, and idealistic sarcasms, this Jamz album, in my best opinion, a lowered attempt in its direction and purpose. Without missing words, this scores a 5 to 10. This scores a 5 over 10 on the rating scale, as it is too false to be touring legend like Sarkodie's album. Simply stipulated, Jamz is a declining cult cut to appease a hyper fan base. And this is by Abeku Ahin Tiwa. I'll probably share that. Maybe me try na me the battery for our listeners. I don't know what to do. Operation Chess Sarkodie Jamz album. Baby or Troy. Okay, Sarkodie Jamz album. No, they didn't hit the right spot. That is what he's trying to say. Ubi Sami says Sarkodie Jamz album. Me rate here. Because I'm 3 more, the member 10 over 10 into my man 9.5. It's a 9.5. Baby, Opese Oko with this album. I believe he achieved that perfectly. Or achieved perfectly. Because in a typical or see a Jamz, we are supposed to dance to it. How many? See how? When was the last time you heard a dance song and what take punchlines room? But for tinting inclination, stipulate henceforth why how be it. All he's trying to do is a mid album near mid. But I can guess from the way what church of Bofaka can say he's the type that would want to hear deep lyrics from Sarkodie. But then this is not your project. And portfolio go for Ribi. Then this is not your project. Listen to Talib Kweli. Kotia kan, Kwabra kan, Kotieno. This is not your album. Seriously speaking, this is not your album. Talking about Countryside being the biggest song, quote and unquote, on the album. Are you people trying to tell me that if it wasn't Black who did this lyrics, and can you move there? And yet Black on a toe, we just anything can be there. No, so when we are analyzing things, yenny emotion ain't free, and your ability to take out emotions makes you the bigger and better person. I'm telling you this. It's the idea way pa suswan pa says pathway, and your Black Sheriff. And yes, ink boy moon a to part standing with me, I'm just letting it go. And your Black shaver and pathway. And you way are more say and when they are biggest on the album and they say and a big. See, sometimes your man yama bebre edi enim ewe analysis mo a slow your analysis down a man to kru bebre ebedem nti ushi obi a sebe na adwi mu bra obe ponchi sa hoos ni nyina ama kama. We can put another artist with the same vocal range as Black Sheriff on this tune and Ghanaians will complain. Same way I me 3 FM me kind. Me say some word back okra. Sarkodie. Ni product it dey be me but the utterances and I not to be a issues womb. The utterances be and I am issues womb. But to say the can name you soon and the young quasi soon. But name dear and young quasi anamda. Hey, well, ye name actually 10 cities. I will play right one more. Into work as a Nentry Name Quasianam. There be in Quasianamda. New soon dear, new near the Aden dear. To the beer, Yana no wedding do. But Namna Casa dear. And young Quasianamda. What could be a yin and cream free ribs near spicy nita? Into Nentry Nami and Quasianam, Sana Parker. And yan no creda. See, people rating it their own way is a sign, is the truest form of sign. You need to me, I can say, art from perspective. It's a new way, be a official black shavy. Make me, I can say, me man too, and yamide. Make me, I can say, yamide. Make me, I can say, you yamide. Ebia one loje kuga na yemede but sa level of consciousness yintimi nruye no the moment somebody expresses the point of view no people always want to force you to understand things from a more perspective. That is why me started me say 5/10 no the man no say eye made no me tenase but then Ombisa say nkofo a omo consume Jamz no a omo appreciate that art form no how do they feel about it? Omo consume some project we album we no say no mo feel because I've listened to before even going to artists and kasana mamenko one painting be am here Vincent van Gogh painting be a moton said $8 million. Picasso so about could be a moton said Jay-Z short said $2 million. Eddie boy, you know, or painting now art no. They said the son of pencil money a guys or modro sala nibi or $2 million. Esa de boy you say what toss up a painting $2 million. Now this year nebo ako $4 million. By the time or the money ban maybe a number $20 million or the abonum. Sa painting or the best same mimi fees is here metam action. Because I had to say I could be a decree with Diago. Maybe junior so maybe. Jason. David me team and not why yes I didn't be for warning in a home. Because for paint for every painting fast. Go to paint and Mr. Paint fast. No a young crown drawing. A young crown drawing. But Obia told $2 million. Beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. If the project is not your project, you have the right to have, because you are a consumer, you have the consumer right to rate it. But for a fair and better understanding, Busa Omwa the intended consumers, because when you rate it as a mid album, not when you're consumer, what you say, name improve. Now the mako choba no mama me fufu me di fufu no ma fufu we nyede mempe in what you say mempe. I hope you understand where I'm coming from. Fufu na ngasa mempe it is a me ko di fufu na me ka say fufu we nyeda as against obi opo fufu bi anya me de fufu anya me de. That is the bottom line. Yeah, analyzing Yama sa na to bi a be social media na manfobi na so mo person mo chest twotwo focus bi ase ya dwiri mu do ya ne adwiri ba wi ase ne ade ade sa de no sometimes
mo aka na no ma dwuyo mo
Charlie
enka bro focus enti enka hu se de
how because you stated it clearly that you wanted to understand it. And I'll try say, you know, the whole Jamz album he feels is for a younger, hyper fan base. So you've actually shot yourself in the foot by saying say for a younger fan base, meaning it's not for you. And you would dia into ratings, no, it would never be of benefit. Like inquiry as what to Boabo or Sonataso. Construct the songs on it. This song, for a very long time, we said me nightclub there. Is it me see what I made that? Me could basement me way, me could devoid me way. Boy, the DJs were able to put it in rotation. They were also able to put confirm in rotation. When was the last time you heard a Sarkodie tune in the club? Has the Jamz album achieved its purpose? Achieve. Enti ade na opanyini in the person or you know. Why achieve pepepe? Why? Nanka we expect say oh, say the Sarkodie wanyini. So cause he talks about Sarkodie being wine which gets better with time. What you say?
It doesn't.
Which doesn't it's Sarkodie wanyini, but still now the lyrics name course there was another write up from one of Furiata. I'm reacting to when I go to on 3FM. One Furiata ba could be Zuzo, yes, or Flagstaff house. Sakwa me catch and say obi obey bia mbon kutu mame obi obey bia mbon kutu no asem na otro no e similar to the Abranti we so tro you. They are also Sarkodie should pick up a book and read to enhance his vocabularies and all that. But bro,
it's true. It's because like the fact of it, you see, they are the
your projection for Sarkodie and no yet.
Said that make us say. That is why make us say, you see, there are much many problem. They could be right too, but do you know where I understand you? Their understanding of the direction of the album made it wrong in the first place. What you say, me? The reason why Sarkodie is not part of my top 5 rappers is because the imitative rap on the
simple.
But however, Jamz is a good album because achieving the purpose say me the Benjamin I no waka. So I am me as a critical analyst of lyricism no. And your Jamz album so na make up every
there be
if I say I'm not impressed with Jazz album, I can say I'm not impressed with Jamz album, but it shouldn't be based on lyricism. I might be wrong in my analysis. Maybe for because the album is supposed to just make me nod, put me in a particular type of mood for a party, for recreation and all that kind of things. What I say, but semi measure No Pressure album, which is a hip hop album, which should be premised on good lyricism. Dia watching Sarkodie no Pressure album so I'm coming in the bay dream. Sarkodie Furiata Troy no which I can pull out. Furiata Troy no ideal for a No Pressure album than a Jamz album. And to me say then I'm make I say Sarkodie as a commercial rapper. As a rapper that puts you in the mood, as a rapper that really gets you to nod within the flow. Impeccable. He does it like no person does it better than him. But Semetrans na me conscious album. Me hip hop album.
Sarkodie has never been a conscious artist.
Me bar for bar album.
Even in hip hop categories.
Yes.
There are rappers be almost conscious.
Yes.
Nas a conscious artist.
That is.
But hip hop na Fadjo conscious.
That is it.
So even if you are looking at Sarkodie as a rapper and you still want him to be conscious, dropping punchlines
right up no goofy at a point. You know Sarkodie to be having displaying metaphors and then I'm saying
never.
Artists Ben how can ask them constantly we've been saying say rap elake this kind of literary devices forces nina until the church
he's a florist on a beat attack or the type that really decorates spices the beats Emma who say yo he is the type that gets you not to pay attention to the lyrics but the flow and the beats no say lyricism crime my dream and Jamz album he did him. And then the direction of the Jamz album, you can't take it away from him.
But let's analyze this too. The title of the whole album is Jamz. When we say Jamz, what does it mean? But over here, there's no song on the album I find a Jamz. So what I say, most of the time, artists add the album title back. Or there's a song in the bear that title. But this time around,
what's the project in India?
Yeah, so
said drill for or the Ombebo, Afrobeat for Shia, the Ombebo room, Asoko for Omushia,
Crystal for
you now, would be a shame. So,
Yakosa,
Yakosa, but you know that the younger generation, what they don't understand, they feel that when you criticize Sarkodie on one direction, that means you should hate everything and hate everything about Sarkodie. No, his project. He only said album way is the this album actually made me say we said kind of more pen drive slow too. But now I find you being good so. Album way na ma me tribu so. And I mean
even old drive now here.
You boom heavy.
It's true.
Oh speaker ne kasa kama pa.
Old drive now here is serious ba.
Speaker ne kasa na me to me boy say etie free ase kodun kran. Esa de free akra ba back. Sound quality of this project
serious.
The sound quality of this project mean to be that way Ghanaian artist.
It's true.
And I was explaining to Kojo Virus because now me born new where now my sabo artist Ghana artist back nso no. I say hey so aba from na say sanity. And you feel that but the Sarkodie aye adwuma do these are the things that you should be looking out for from an artist.
And then we share na ni playlist now release here na. Who say executive producers any producers
no sir
change baby it's not the normal emoji money
the hands are no emoji money but the hands are better man say na do emoji mo
he did even a Dolby Atmos he did a Dolby Atmos mastering
and it's paid for productions
it's not so when you are measuring an artist by growth these are some of the things you should be looking at.
It's true.
Because I can go and I'll sound different. Because me hear radio, me started radio, that means sound this. I'll sounding different. But now I sound in a certain way. But my content, however, hasn't changed. The same group of people that I was appealing to from the very first day I'm sure a friend Junior Jam, it will focus FM. Till date I made the big breakfast. I still appeal to a certain age group. So if you are to think, say, oh, the fact that okay, Slim has done radio for a very long time, so therefore right now he should be doing ABA. I was like mabo shoot to be na misia na nanado hey na ba we na dia na moye na so achimonia. No. No. If you are judging me because you also feel because some of my age mates are now also shifting towards the highly political angle or a hono mutie near the other. No, anya no na meko. Me artistic direction anya hono. So if you are judging me by that, then you are wrong.
Yes.
But you can judge me by okay, you see, Slim can the thought process to say.
Yeah.
You see, send or sound on radio. No, or code breaks
on top of issues.
Yes, see on top of issues. She say the product you on the program so what me deliver. Emma 40 product na see. These are the things you should be looking at from growth.
And yes, and then
growth.
See, definition of growth. If the old lyrical in a tunche. Do you know, say Sarkodie could have equally done the same confirmed lyrics on any work beat? I bet me I hate it. What you say? But we do stage. I won't say we spend attention to the little things. I mass me and found. Yeah. But they won't say in penetrating other market, they even pay attention to any project no or sound no
quality.
What you say? It is how no. Yeah, in fact technical ENH and found. Yeah, then you answer confirm. But when you say if Sarkodie is paying an amount he could have used to shoot a video for just a production, then you should know say growth now I can once because if he tells you hands are one production FM before the final output comes out.
No.
Don't define your that I also feel like that's where we also come in to let people know that
educate people about some of these things.
With the music now. Now the world is the platform, but you can launch from here. And then still get the world's attention. And if you have the world's attention, you never be also a change. Because international level, any local level, it has never been the same.
In 2000 and
yeah,
in 2006, no 15. 15. So I had opportunity of traveling to Dubai. Now the main aim, apart from tourism, I also had an event to be an Amekwakoyo. That was 2015. Now venue Kwakwe program. Omo sound setup no. Omoka or there was this I forgot it. They has a particular title. No sound engineer, but more or less like I said on the check his sound and I'm going to provide a sound, you know? And he's in charge of how the whole place should sound. Inti enya say bia ha say bia ko current machine fi una hwa near the ababe gu oni ahihia ma oba how ababe ni bia there be a hono show prep beko so I mean actually show volumes also do. So during the show prep, this guy, I've forgotten the title of the man, but he was like, what format am I playing? Okay, so let me jina format saying zembe bo dance so ana mentiasi. What format are you playing? Format as in, so are you playing MP3s, waves? I'm sure I'm playing MP3s. Really? This time?
Yeah. Still. But that's a tool that done.
MP3. Yeah, most of my songs are MP3. Ooh, bro, you were way behind because the world left to wave like 10 years ago. Do you know what we're playing now? It's called FLAC. Killer mine. So, a friend of FLAC, and it's the highest form of sound. MP3 wait to make a full song for 2 megabytes, right? Wave able to make 16 megabytes, right? FLAC no, but I could be about 100 megabytes. But the quality, it is speakers or my design, no. Speakers or mukras is here, no. Na mentiasi. I know. Also me more me wave sound and more. Tine was me sha me munaminya sound back when you wave back. Na me bo. My boy was it okay, good. Play the MP3. My boy MP3, same speakers. If it sound on a drop, I say, hey, Nadia me. Opinion in the buy no or the one pen drive be shame or train one track FLAC and also or boy I'm see Jesus Christ. Speaker now on my end. And your MP3 speaker. Your MP3 speaker.
So we yet here at times
sound on now Sarkodie world sound. World sound.
The very day the album was being released, which was Friday, no, Sarkodie had begged his distributors that he had to remaster a particular sound that very day now until he should until all 3 Music interview. No, they were missing the last output of sound on the Jamz album.
Those are the things that you can.
Meanwhile, so what's a metama a for na jiatum? So if a whole distribution a for na jiatum says sound, it means a metu was sound do. But then Nipa Baku raised a particular objection. He begged them to postpone the hours of release that very day and they dropped because there was a last mastering being done. So it tells us a growth no.
Mass offense I know your push where your bar push. Just so cause one mix area. One mix area.
I can the boys name found with the push now. So
if you're talking about that, Charlie, my brother, you are wrong.
On the streets, you need a beer by your